The web version of Excel has received a ton of updates recently. If you haven't used the web version in a while, you might be surprised at how similar it is to the desktop version of Excel. So in this video, we're gonna look at 7 new features. Now, some of these updates haven't even made it to the desktop version yet, including number 7, which I'm really looking forward to. So let's dive in. Now, before we get started, I wanted to mention that Excel for the web is free to use. You do not need to buy a license. You can just go to excel.new in your web browser. If you don't already have a Microsoft account, you can sign up for a free one, and then that will open Excel for the web. And as you can see, it looks very similar to the desktop version. So the first update is some drag and drop enhancements for rows and columns. When you hover your mouse here over the column header, you can see this little 6-dot icon. And you can left click and hold and grab that and then move the column. And you'll see this vertical bar here. And what this is going to do is insert the column between those two columns. So I'll release the left mouse button and now that column has been inserted. And this just makes it really easy to move and insert columns into other places. Of course, we'll move this back to the right location. And you'll also notice that this works on rows. So we'll see that same icon over here. We can grab a row and quickly insert it between other rows. And then of course you can use Control-Z to undo those changes. Now, if you're familiar with the desktop version of Excel, I'm now on the desktop version. It does not have these enhancements yet. So to do that same procedure there, we'd have to left click the column to select it, then hover the mouse over the border here of the selection, left click and hold. And as we move it, you can see that the vertical bar does not appear. We actually have to hold the shift key to get that vertical bar to appear so we can insert the column, then release the left mouse button. So it's a little bit of an extra step here to hold that shift key as you're inserting columns. Okay, so I'm now back on the web version, and one other thing to note here is that the shift key does the opposite behavior from the desktop version. So if I left click and hold and move it over now and I hold the shift key, that's going to do a replace. So it's going to replace all of the data in column P when I release the mouse button here with the data that I drug over to this column. And then control works the same way. So if we again left click and hold and use the control key, that's going to make a duplicate copy of the column. Overall, I really like this enhancement and I hope it comes to the desktop version soon. The next update is for inserting rows and columns. Again, when you hover your mouse up here above the column header, you'll also see these little dots. And when you click on those, that's going to insert a column. And you can also do this with rows. It's kind of hard to get to that spot sometimes. It's a pretty small dot, but that's a very easy way to insert a row. Again, if you're back on the desktop version or if we didn't have this update yet, you typically have to right click and then choose insert on either rows or columns. Keyboard shortcut here is Control+ when you have the column selected. Microsoft is calling these updates the modernized Excel grid, and one additional new enhancement is the ability to apply freeze panes, or at least do it much more easily. We can now apply freeze panes by just going right up here above the row headers, left click and hold this blue line and then drag it down to apply freeze panes. I'm going to apply the freeze panes in this row right here. If you're not familiar with freeze panes, essentially this is just going to freeze all of the rows up here and keep them in view. And so as I scroll down, I can now scroll up and down on this report, but I can still see the headers. We can also do this with columns. It's the same technique right here. I'll freeze the panes right here. And now when I scroll to the right, again, I can still see the header rows. So this makes the reports much easier to read, so you don't have to scroll back and forth to see the headers. Now, before we had this feature, or if you're on the desktop version of Excel, you can do this by going to the View tab and then choosing freeze panes. You just have to first select the cell, and then there's buttons here to apply the freeze panes. But this new enhancement is much easier, and if you want to remove those, you can just drag them back over to remove the freeze panes. If you're familiar with Google Sheets, you've probably seen this before. I like that it's coming to Excel, and I hope it comes to the desktop version of Excel as well. The next update is Autofill. So I'm just going to type a value of January here in this cell. And when we drag the fill handle down here, we're going to get this nice autofill options menu where we can fill series or copy cells. This also works for numbers and dates. So I'll just put the number 1 in here. Again, just autofill down, or we can even double click that. We'll get the autofill options here. and then we can choose fill series to fill a series of sequential numbers instead of copying them. If we did want to copy, we can select this again to choose copy cells. So this is a feature that's available on the desktop version of Excel. It's nice to see it come to Excel for the web. I will say that I've had trouble getting the menu to appear here, and it seems to be a little bit buggy right now, but hopefully that'll be improved in the future. Next up is paste options. So I'm going to select these cells here, hit Control C to copy, and then let's say we wanted to paste them down here. I'll just right click this cell. We now have a paste special menu with some paste options. Of course, values only is probably the most common paste option we use. Keyboard shortcut on that is Control Shift V, and that will just paste the values only, not the formulas or the formatting. But if we wanted to paste the formulas or the formatting only, or some of these other options, we can absolutely do that. So I'll just choose values only, and that'll paste those right there. Also good to note that you can see after we do the paste that we get the paste options menu appearing here, where we can also make a selection if we want to change that or make a different selection, we can do that. And then we also have the paste options up here on the Home tab. You can see all of those right here. Next up are links to sheet views. So sheet views are a cool feature of Excel. On the View tab here, we have sheet views. And essentially what this allows you to do is if you're always sorting or filtering your data for a specific criteria, you can create a view to quickly show that. So for example, here in this dropdown, I have one called cookies, which is going to filter my products column for some of the cookie items that we sell, and also sort this customer name column in ascending order. And of course, you can create additional sheet views up here, but the new feature is that you can also right click anywhere here on the table and choose copy link to sheet view. And once you do that, that's going to copy the link to the clipboard, and then you can paste that link into an email or a message to send it to your coworkers. So when they click it, they will automatically open the file in this view. And another way you can use this is I've added this sheet view up here as a item on my bookmarks bar. So anytime I want to open this file, and I'm just going to hold the Control key and click it to open it in a new tab, it's going to open the file and also apply the sheet view all at one time. So this might be a handy shortcut if you're looking at reports daily, or again, if you want to send this view to your coworker or boss and make sure we're all on the same page. The next update is some filters for comments. So if you use the comments feature in Excel, you know that this task pane over here can get pretty busy. Right now I only have 4 items here, but sometimes this can be dozens or maybe even hundreds if it's a sheet that you make a lot of comments on. So there's some new filters applied, or added I should say, right here. You can filter for only comments that mention you. You can filter for the active comments only, so these would be the open comments or the ones that are still outstanding. Or you can filter for the ones that have already been resolved, and then you can click right here to reset all and show all the comments. And finally, we have the date picker. This one's a few months old, but I wanted to make sure I mention it in case you haven't seen this yet, because it's a great new feature. On any cell that contains a date, you can just double click that cell or hit F2 on the keyboard, and that's going to open up this date picker. And it's just a normal date picker like we've all seen before. We can click up here on the month and year to navigate years, and click the years here to kind of navigate which year you want, jump back to months, and then go to your date view. There's also scrolling up here with these arrows, and you can quickly jump to today as well. Once you select the date, it will be inserted right here into the cell. And the date picker will work on any cell that's formatted as a date. So if I have a blank cell here that's just formatted as general, if I change this to a short date or long date format, again, once I double click here, that's going to open the date picker. Another way to see the date picker is by inserting today's date. Keyboard shortcut for that is Control semicolon. Hold down the Control key and press semicolon. That's going to insert today's date and also open the date picker at the same time. So I'm curious to know which of these updates you're most excited about. Please leave a comment below and let us know. And if you want to learn more useful Excel tips and shortcuts, then check out this video next. Oh, and in that next video, there's a 14.29% chance that I'll be wearing this same shirt. Leave a comment below and let us know how many shirts I own. Thanks again for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.